Yo, what up, guys? It is Snack City Vending coming at you live. It is a great day. To have a good day.
6, baby. Come on, here we go.
Week six. Yeah. Guys, we are moving and cruising, and this week had a lot that happened, but this is actually gonna be a fun video.
Yeah, we got robbed.
That's literally no joke. I'm gonna run through you what happened. So, we're gonna run through the week, but just so you guys know, because this is probably gonna be the title of the video, so we want to make sure we get to it right away.
Yeah.
But we got robbed. Sean texts me at 5 in the morning. So he's traveling. He texts me saying, "Hey, we got robbed." And I thought, because you know what I mean? We're so new at this. I thought we got robbed is in like, people are like getting their product and then it's just taking, so like an innocent robbery, like they're like opening it up and then whatever, the software's not tracking it. No, we have video footage of people legitimately covering up the cameras and robbing us blind.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that, but let's start back at the beginning on Monday, right? So,
Crazy.
You know, the machine was down last week, right? We went through all that fiasco of like getting it in the building, how long that took, plugging it in, stocking it with product. And so Monday comes around and, you know, finally people are working again on Monday. Support's like, hey, we're gonna be working on this all day. We'll let you know when it's gonna be back up and running. So we're stressing the whole day Monday. Jonah's going out doing some prospecting. I'm just working like normal. We can't really do anything because the machine's not working, and we're just kind of at like waiting until support gets back to us. So we wait all Monday. Finally Monday night, Pacific time or Pacific time. They're like Central or Eastern. I text the guy. I'm like, hey, so I'm assuming nothing, like it's not gonna get resolved today. And he's like, no, it should be up and running. So I go to the app, I check it, and we have our first order, which was super. It was like $3. It finally started working Monday night. Our first order, it was on April 7th, 4/7.
Which I just want to say, listen, it might not be a big deal for a lot of people, but that is 47 is my favorite number. It's been our favorite number. Like maybe I'll put a picture of me and Sean on basketball team when we're like 7 years old. And my number's 47. I feel like, you know, the Lord speaks to me through that number. So anyways, it just was cool. It was kind of like a wink. How I felt from God as far as like we started this
like
business,
validation of like keep going.
Yeah, and also like we truly were. I mean, Sean and I handle stress and things very well. Like I think we do well in that category, but it still is stressful. And also like it was just a small thing. Like Sean said, $3 on 4/7, April 7th, which was just, it meant the world to me because I'm like, okay, like it almost was like, hey, like what Sean said, like, hey, we're in the right spot and we just got to keep pushing and not give up.
Trials and stuff. Because if the machine worked Friday when it was supposed to, then it would have been 4/4.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
Anyways, right? So our first sale comes through. Yep. So that was exciting, right? We're like finally like after really 4.5 weeks, 5 weeks of starting this business.
First dollar of profit. It didn't go in our bank account yet, but it's there.
Yeah, it takes a while for the processor to actually send it like weekly or something like that. But we could see it on the app, man. It was super like validating that like all this hard work, finally we're in location.
Yeah.
Finally we're making money. And so I'm out of town this whole week, right? Because for work, and we still have our main jobs and stuff like that. So I travel. But I can still see all of our sales and stuff on the app. Some of the product with these coolers, like it's all AI based. This one's a smart cooler, so it has cameras in the top and the bottom, and so whatever they grab, right, it senses that and then it charges them.
Yeah, it's super cool.
So we talk about it as a very new machine, so a lot of the product's not really collected yet. And so what that means is like the system doesn't know what to charge, so you kind of have to monitor, and you can see on the cameras like what they take, and then you tell it, hey, this was a bag of chips, or this was a Monster, here's the price. And
it's pretty good. I mean, this is our first week with it, but it's actually pretty good. It's low monitoring, and we'll figure out as we go. So then Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So Wednesday was our first day of it completely working.
Yeah, I don't even remember. We'll have to put in the video how much we made. I think it was around like 75 or something bucks. $70, which for the first like full day was pretty solid and we're still testing out product, right? Like we're doing $70 and you do, let's just say 30 days for the month.
Yeah,
that's over 20. Yeah, it's over $2,000 for the month of revenue without even knowing the building and the product, right? So we're pretty hyped.
We didn't know, again, guys, we're so new. We didn't know how much profit. We didn't know if we were going to be losing money, making money. Yeah. We just went off of faith. And then, without, obviously it's a small sample size, but it looks like we're going to be making, you know, $1,000+ a month on, again, at least 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely insanely awesome. So anyway, so
Let's get
Thursday.
to the good part. Yeah. So once again, I'm traveling, so I'm Central Time at this point, right?
Crazy.
And so I wake up at my time for work around like 5:30 or so. And first thing I've been doing is just like I do more of the back office stuff. So I'm making sure the orders are getting charged and all of that. So I go to the app. I'm like curious. I'm like a little kid. Like I'm looking at how much sales we made that night. And where you go to put in the price of the product is where you go to see different behavior. And what that means is it has a tag on it that either says like unlisted goods, which means that like the system just couldn't recognize it, right? It's unlisted in the software, you got to give it a price. It also says unfriendly, right? But I had like red light settings on my phone, so I couldn't see that. So
Unfriendly, but that's what this said. When you get robbed, it's unfriendly.
Unfriendly. So I click into it just expecting to like, all right, let's see what they took so I can charge. And I hit the play button, and all of a sudden I see this guy using his elbows to like cover up the cameras. And like he moves it for a split second. I see his buddy at the bottom with a bag, like starting to like scoot a bunch of product into the bag. And so I was like, great, we got robbed. But wait, there's more. There's right? More. This is an infomercial. An hour later, so 30 minutes after that takes place, a cop comes and he uses it. He gets a Monster and like a muffin. And I'm like,
this is just so funny.
Like,
a cop literally came in between two of these.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. 30 minutes after he leaves, another group of people,
different, and you can tell,
completely different, robs the machine again. So in the same night, after only being up for literally a day and a half or 2 days, we get robbed twice within 1 hour of people like covering up the cameras.
Dude.
And so one of them we can charge. That you have to tap your credit card. One of them got around it. But these ones didn't. So I just ended up.
Yeah, one of them was professional. They're top thieves. They've done this before.
I don't know how you go about your day being like, let me rob a vending machine.
The other one, guys, and there's no money. You can't. It's just product. So risking that to just rob product is ridiculous. But anyways, one of them were pros. The other one wasn't. Guys, we work with the apartment. By the way, if you're a thief watching this, just know. We work with the apartment complex.
Yeah, we can see the camera. We emailed.
So
I emailed him immediately and was like, "Hey man, can you like check the footage? We got robbed." And within like 4 hours, he's like, "All right, we got the resident's name."
Yeah, he uses guys.
Like
this guy, he uses his fingerprint after he jacks our product to go up
back to his apartment.
So like, yeah. Anyways,
yeah, and we can see the cameras.
We filed a police report. Now,
yesterday
we're not trying. We aren't pressing charges. We're not trying to make this a big deal. Quite honestly, we thought it was funny. Now, Sean and I, as business owners, have to figure out how we can prevent this going forward.
Yeah,
that's
it was
the main
funny
thing.
In the sense of like everything that's gone wrong's gone wrong.
Everything that could go wrong.
Of course, it's not funny like if it had like losing product. You are running the business and stuff like that. So
if you see the videos though, which we'll put up there, it's comical. These guys are just like putting their elbow, like literally trying to put his elbow while scooping product.
Like just imagine like going up to your apartment and like scheming to steal from a vending machine with your roommates.
Oh, we forgot to say. So the guy who stole from us used the machine
like 30 minutes before.
30 minutes before.
So we knew it was the same guy. We could see his outfit and everything. Like he's not, yeah.
But anyways, we won't give him more attention. But it was funny. It was we're learning, and that's something about this business, guys, that we're really excited to teach you. Which I guess leads us to our next point. We got a school group. We're super excited about it. It is down below. It's going to be completely free. And all these trials and errors of Sean and I failing and trying to figure out what the best machines are, how can we prevent theft, we're all going to put that in the school group. And it's going to be completely free. And you're going to have access to Sean and I, which, by the way, is massive because I do all the front end stuff. Sean does all the back end. So you literally have a perfect team as far as asking questions of, how do I do this? How do I send out the contract? What does this look like? How do I prospect? How do I close a contract? All that stuff is going to be in there. And we're just really excited to get back and show you guys what we're doing and literally copy us. Copy us to the T and then get going. Start up your own business. Even if it's one location a year, like literally, it's kind of like, I was telling people, it's kind of like a rental as far as like, let's just say you get one location and then it pays itself off in a year. And now you get a new one and then that pays itself off. And in 4 to 5 years, you have 5 paid off machines that are making you, you know, like with our machine, it looks like it's going to make us about like 1,000 or 15. Again, it's
Well,
so
the machine's down again. We forgot to say that. As soon as we got robbed, the machine stopped working.
yeah,
so
that's true.
we're back on support yesterday. So another weekend, 2 weekends in a row with no profit coming in. So we'll keep you updated on Monday on how it does. They can get it back and running, but yeah.
But anyways, thanks for hanging out. I think we have some footage on the back end. Again, we are trying to make sure we get footage. Sean and I are not people who will record ourselves almost ever. And so this is actually a challenge for us. What you see right now is a challenge for us to record it and get it going for you guys. But we're so passionate about doing it that's what's pushing us to be a little uncomfortable and get some footage out. So anyways, this was week 6.
Week 6.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for watching.